everybody. Sophia Parola here with the Garden State Film Festival, and I am joined today by Scott Bolger. He is the writer, director, and lead actor in the short film Twine. Scott, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, I appreciate it. I love having these conversations with filmmakers and creative people. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Twine.
Sure. My name is Scott Bolger. I'm a filmmaker based in New York City. Twine, which is set in the late 70s slash early 80s, however you want to look at it, is basically brought out of a lot of themes that I like to bring up in a lot of my work, combined with I had access to an old house. And so it was in many ways like reverse engineered from there.
Oh, wow, interesting. So, when did this idea first come to you? I know you had some inspirations and you had this old house, but when did you decide to make Twine?
It was in March of last year. I wound up meeting up with an old friend of mine who was staying in this house for free while he was doing some contracting work. He's a producer on it. And he was only there for a limited amount of time before he had to really start renovating and tearing down the walls. So I had about a month to write something, produce it, and film it. And that's basically what we did. I sat there with him. We just hung out and just kind of got the vibes of the house and, some of the like jot skis and all the artwork and stuff like that kind of informed the script, combined with a lot of things that I like to touch on with my work to begin with. And the whole thing was, it was crunch time. That's it. As a lot of independent filmmakers know, we're down to the wire, and time is the biggest obstacle. So like I said, 4 weeks from putting pen to paper to wrapping on production.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And apparently you work great under pressure. That's awesome that you wanted to make a film in this house and you did it. And it's a beautiful film. What was some of your inspirations for I know you said you like to touch on some of these genres in your films. Where do you pull from?
Well, I mean, like hypnotism was big. That's something that I had been reading and had it a lot in my own notes prior to even entering the house. I like spooky, mind bender type of things. And because this is like my first drama that I've made, I wanted to jump into it with like a greater idea of what maybe my entire body of work might be in the end. So I like to think of this as my conception, being like, this is about the time I was actually conceived, like the time period that it takes
Mhm.
place. So I like to think that, this is the conception of my entire career moving forward. So that was part of it. There's a ton of other little things that are mixed in there, and you're drawing from inspiration from all sorts of moments and feelings. And we joke that that we kind of had a séance when I was like first brainstorming ideas, and whatever stuck in the end stuck for a reason that maybe I don't even know.
Right. Yeah, you get into the zone, this groove, right?
Right.
Wow. So what was it like for you being not only writing this and then being a actor in something you wrote, but directing while you were, this one of the leads? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it in the past, but not in a dramatic capacity. I mean, it obviously poses all sorts of challenges, but the main reason for that is I don't have to pay another actor, and another actor is definitely reliable, and he's definitely showing up when he's supposed to show up, and he's going to be prepared because he is me. And when you're extremely low budget and under a time crunch, it seems like it makes sense. But I mean, I there's no way around it. It has to, my performance has to suffer in some way. I mean, it just is, because I can't monitor everything along the way, and switching gears from production, directing to acting,
Mm.
definitely has its challenges, but you know, it was part of the whole fun of completing the whole work.
And tell me about the other actor that you have in the film. You and her have a lot of great chemistry. Obviously, you know, all the scenes together. So where did you find her, and how did you guys develop that relationship on camera?
Yeah, the great Julia Kiesler. She's amazing. Obviously, we're shooting and producing all of this during COVID or heavy COVID times, so everything was done remotely, and you know, we used casting websites and some connections that I knew as far as narrowing down the field. And she just knocked it out of the park. I mean, the whole thing really starts without giving away too much, but there's a like a narration of a type of diary entry, and she did that perfect right off the bat, and that's the first thing you hear in the movie.
It
So
sucks you
just
in.
so
I know
important.
that grabbed me right away. The opening.
So basically that was the first thing that just alerted me to this being, you know, possibly the right talent for the project. And then we did a couple of quick callbacks, again, everything remotely. And I wanted a certain look as far as the color palette of the whole film. And there were some other like subconscious symbolism that I was looking for with physical attributes that she had. And then being that it's set kind of in the late 70s, I wanted to draw from a lot of like my favorites, you know, like Kubrick and a lot of period type filmmakers. So that basically informed my decision fully to go with Julia, and I couldn't be more happier. And again, we were under a crunch time. I mean, I gotta you know, cast the whole thing in, you know, 5 to 7 days,
Yeah.
and I was just so happy that I was able to get someone who was fit so well.
Yeah, I'm amazed, like thinking back at what I saw in the film that you guys did this in such a short time period. How long did the filming process take?
We filmed about 6 days.
Wow.
About 4 or 5 days in the house, and then the rest was on location. Everything is quick takes. You know, we didn't do anything more than a few times. We had one rehearsal day. Julia is a professional, so there was no problem with that. And being that it was such a small cast, it made it easier. And obviously, again, me being the writer and everything, you know, I had no problem being prepared and understanding the
Mhm.
scenes. So um, we had to simplify things, and we banged it out.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys did. So, also, I mean, speaking of the wonderful acting and you guys filming in those days, a lot of these scenes, without giving anything away, are very intimate and, I mean, not uncomfortable, but, you know, creative and intimate. How was it not only being inside those scenes, but directing it? How do you successfully do that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it starts with the talent. Obviously, you know, Julia was well prepared. She obviously read the script and had to be informed exactly how we were going to film certain scenes. And she was all for it. She understood what it was about, and she had confidence that the final product was going to be something we were all proud of. Besides that, I mean, just doing it is just doing it. I guess there's a level of professionalism, and there's a whole crew there and everything, and we're both real experienced. So I guess it all kind of gets tuned out, and anything that might be awkward is kind of just put into the subconscious, and we just let our characters guide. And you know, we became good friends out of it. And I think that it was just an understanding. I guess for someone else, for maybe another director or another actress, it might have gotten weird or
Mhm.
awkward, or something maybe wasn't translatable through the script, and then there were issues. But again, she's a wonderful professional, and she understood what the film was saying, which will help you, you know, hurdle over any you know, strange iniquity that might come up.
Lovely. And my last question for you is how you heard about the Garden State Film Festival and how's it feel to have Twine screening this year at the 20th anniversary?
Well, I am super excited about being in the Garden State Film Festival. I am a huge fan of Asbury Park. I
Yes.
actually I filmed a pilot episode for a travel show where we went to Asbury Park. So I'm like, I go there all the time. I have a lot of friends there, so I'm just excited to be at part of an event that is inside of Asbury because it just has so much character in itself. I had heard about it through other filmmaking circles, and I had actually been in Asbury one of the previous years at a bar hanging out when all sorts of people come in dressed formally, and there was the town was just filled with all sorts of new faces, and again everyone was like dressed formally and in cocktail dresses. I guess it was one of the more formal nights, and so I had heard of it a number of years ago based on that interaction, and then it popped up through Film Freeway, and it just looked like the perfect thing. And I'm really honored to be part of the 20th year of this.
Yes.
And I know that there's a lot of pomp and circumstance involved, and I really appreciate being a part of it.
Oh, I mean, it's no surprise that you are. Honestly, you made an amazing film, and it's your crew. I congratulate you all, the other actor. You all did amazing, and it's a beautiful film. And I'm excited. You guys are playing it Saturday night. I'm going to tell everyone when it's playing, and it couldn't be better. So hopefully you'll be going into the bar all formally dressed, like you saw everybody the first time introduced as the Garden State.
For sure. I've stepped through the mirror on this one.
Well, congratulations again, Scott. Thank you so much for telling us about your process and how you made Twine. It's a wonderful film. Everyone, definitely come out to watch it. Let me tell you how you can see it. It will be playing at the Asbury Hotel in Asbury Hall Saturday, March 26th at 8:15 to 10:30 p.m. So definitely check it out Saturday night. Awesome, awesome films, and couldn't be better to have Twine in there. So thank you again.
Great. Thank you so much, Sophia.
Thank you. Have a great day, Scott.
You too. Bye.